Okay, moving up to the heavyweights. Tai Tuivasa taking on Alexander Volkov. Tai Tuivasa, Bam Bam, the 30-year-old out of South Wales, Australia, 14-5 as a pro, 13 knockouts. That's right, only one of his wins has gone the distance. He's looking very much to get back in the win column after dropping back-to-back fights, both in last year, and now he's back, looking to get back in the win column over Mr. Alexander Volkov, Drago, the 34-year-old out of Moscow, Russia. Record stands today at 36-10 with 24 knockouts, and he is also riding a 2-fight win streak coming into this weekend, finishing both Jairzinho Rozenstruik a year ago and Alexander Romanov this past spring. I will go first, and I will say this. I'm very torn on this fight. I think this is a very interesting matchup. I think this could be a great fight. I'm very interested to find out the spread for this fight because I have no idea who should rightfully be the top dog here. I'm guessing it's going to be Volkov since he has a 2-fight win streak and Bam Bam has a 2-fight losing streak. That being said, both of these guys. Yeah, sure.
Volkov minus 250. Tai Tuivasa plus 200.
Okay. That's aggressive.
Pretty wide.
Hey, it's a winning streak versus a losing streak, even though his losing streak was against Cyril Gane and Pavlovich.
I think it's the matchup, personally.
Tuivasa has
horrible.
You think the matchup is horrible?
For Tuivasa, I think it's a terrible matchup.
Oh, you do? I don't think so, but I don't feel confident about this pick, but I will. Man, I can so easily envision Tuivasa landing some bombs on Volkov. But Volkov, man, he has looked so goddamn impressive in his last two outings against Rozenstruik and Romanov, just looking surgical. Romanov wasn't a tremendous win because Romanov came in looking like a super out of shape, man. But then again, Tai Tuivasa has a couple of ugly losses on his record. He lost to Blagoy Ivanov back in 2019. Not his best moment. I'm going to make a conservative pick. I'll say Volkov by UD. I hate it. I want to take Tai so bad, but I want to make a smart pick. Omar, why don't you go next?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have the same thought process, too, about wanting to pick Tai. Volkov, for me, is definitely the smarter pick. It's, from a stylistic perspective, Volkov likes to play on the outside. Tuivasa can't play on the outside with a guy like that. A guy with a long, rangy jab, a guy that knows how to move around, a guy that knows how to use his lateral movement. Volkov, though, has shown flaws. He's not perfect. I think he's not the kind of guy that can go 15 minutes without making a mistake. And I do think that if he does make a mistake against Tai Tuivasa, he's definitely liable to hit the canvas. So like I said, Volkov is definitely the smarter pick. You guys know better. I don't do smart picks. Let's go fucking Tai Tuivasa, second round KO. Let's do it.
Oh, man.
Love it.
So I shared the odds already. 5 inches of height and 5 inches of reach on the Volkov side, as expected. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Ty's probably going to lose again because MMA sucks. Like, Volkov looks really good right now. He's arguably in the best form of his entire career. I mean, he's Volkov as well. He's much bigger than he was. He's a tough matchup for Ty. Now, granted, I have always believed in Ty, even when he had that early string of losses. And his current streak against Cyril Gane and Sergey Pavlovich, as Mike kind of alluded to, is Cyril Gane and Sergey Pavlovich. So it's not like he's suddenly fallen off a cliff just because he lost to those two guys. And prior to them, it was 5 straight knockouts. Now, all 5 of those guys were definitely more knockoutable than Volkov, I would say. So Volkov probably falls in the middle ground between those guys and the two that just beat Ty. So I guess in that regard, it does make this a good test for Ty to see exactly where he's at. And I do love that he's at home here. I feel like he draws great energy from fighting at home. But, man, for him to get inside and KO Volkov is a big ask. It's not impossible, but I don't think I can pick it as much as I would like to. I think the reach and the size of Volkov is gonna help him keep Ty at bay for the most part. I think he's gonna be teeping the fuck out of Ty's body all fight long, and I think he's probably gonna be handling things for the most part. The only question I have is just even if that is all happening across 15 whole minutes, can Ty find a moment? Because all he needs is one. If he finds one, he can end it. But I'm gonna have to say it's a Volkov UD.